Okay, it's about to close down the day after I get done cleaning the club a little bit and then writing what I need to on the board for the following day's workouts that are coming in early in the morning. I will usually go through, do a gratitude journal, do a little reflection on the day, write down what worked, maybe what didn't work, what could have been better, what wasn't quite perfect yet, and then the things that I'm willing to do to commit to becoming better in the following day. Then I'll do a little bit of light reading before I head home, and it's just rereading. It's kind of skimming things that I've already read multiple times in the past. So today, going to read through Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, Laws of Success, some Dan Millman, Living on Purpose, and then some Tony Robbins from his old classic, Awaken the Giant Within. Thing to look at here on the back here, wake up and take control of your life. That's really something that needs to be kind of one of your mantras on a daily basis. And a lot of people aren't exposed to people who think that way, and they're not exponential thinkers. And this isn't like high-minded talk or foo-foo-y stuff. It's really just like, if you're willing to look for the answers, you'll find them. And if you surround yourself with the right people that are positive, you're going to end up making great decisions for life. And it's not necessarily about your success right now, but the success that you're building for being able to handle in the future. So just some quick reading here, and then we'll move on. Oops, I just lost that page. That stinks. Anyways, so we'll jump right into this really quick. A couple of the things in this book, he talks about the 10 action signals, and basically what that's talking about is when you know that you need to move on. Here are some of the ones that will come to mind: discomfort, fear, hurt, anger, frustration, disappointment, guilt, inadequacy, overload / overwhelm, and loneliness. And then they transition into the 10 emotions of power, which are love and warmth, appreciation and gratitude, curiosity, excitement and passion, determination, flexibility, confidence, cheerfulness, vitality, and contribution. And then one of the things in here that he has is on problem-solving questions. And so he has listed 5 steps. Part 1 of problem-solving questions: what is great about this problem? What is not perfect yet? What am I willing to do to make it the way that I want? What am I willing to no longer do in order to make it the way that I want? And how can I enjoy the process while I do what is necessary to make it the way that I want? So that's 5 questions right there. When you've made a decision, one of the things that he says is to do an ecology check. And I love this one. This is also 5 steps. Very easy to go through and do. Make certain pain is fully associated with the old pattern. Meaning, if you made a decision, but there's no pain associated with the old pattern, whatever maybe you stopped doing, then maybe you really haven't decided yet. Part 2, make certain pleasure is fully associated with the new pattern. So if you stop doing something and you replaced it with something else, you need to make sure you experience pleasure with this new pattern that you have, this new decision that you've made. And then 3, does it align with your values, beliefs, and rules, principles of your life, how you conduct yourself? We all have a set of rules that we live by. Some of them, for some people, are a little more loose than others, and that's okay, as long as you know what they are, and this is in accordance with that. 4, make sure the benefits of the old pattern have been maintained through the new pattern. So usually even a bad habit has a positive effect, and that's really why you probably had it in the first place. And then we have future pace. Imagine yourself behaving in this new pattern way off into the future. And so that's an important thing to do, because then the visualization comes into play, and then you it just becomes more and more real to you every time it happens, and more easy. Let's see here. One of the other things in this book is the 3 decisions that control your destiny. And I think this is probably one of the more impactful things. And then we'll jump to the next book here. 1, we have your decisions about what to focus on. That's 1. 2, your decisions about what things mean to you. we all have our own filters, and we both can hear the same thing, and it means one thing to me and it means something else to you. And then 3, your decisions about what to do to create the results you desire. And that was the 3. So that was Tony Robbins. We'll jump into really quick the Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. This is just, I'm just literally going to read the table of contents here, because that's one of the little tricks that you can do to kind of learn a little bit about a book before you read it. And then that way, if you want to speed read it, you can go and just buzz through a book pretty fast. So here in the Law of Success, he talks about the some of the different principles that they have in here. And so they're talking about, if you're a successful person, you usually will do these things well. And he has in here a definite chief aim. 2, self-confidence. 3, the habit of saving. 4, initiative and leadership. 5, imagination. 6, enthusiasm. 7, self-control. 8, a habit of doing more than paid for. 9, pleasing personality. 10, accurate thought. 11, concentration. 12, cooperation. 13, failure. 14, tolerance. And 15, the golden rule. Now we're going to close it down with Dan Millman and his book, Living on Purpose. One of my all-time favorites. Is given to us by a really wonderful person, and kind of turned me on to Dan Millman, and I've been listening and reading and learning from him ever since. Just some phenomenal stuff. Anyways, here's the book, Living on Purpose. A little bullseye on there. Like what you did there. I saw what you did there. Lessons reappear. So this is like page 34, and I think this is one of the critical ones here. He's talking about, the name of the chapter is Why Do the Same Problems Keep Cropping Up in Our Lives? And the answer starts out right off with the answer. Lessons reappear until we learn them. Some of us do not do the same thing. Let me start that over, sorry. Some of us do the same thing over and over and expect different results. Intelligence allows for making new mistakes and learning from them, instead of repeating the old ones. The more we learn, the more adaptable we become, and the fewer mistakes we repeat. Learning requires change. Change involves losing face. Losing face means dying to the old. Dying to the old gives birth to the new. Nothing really changes until we do. And then the quote that went along with it is from an anonymous person. The wise learn from adversity. The foolish repeat it. And that's it. And then usually when I'm done with the reading, I put the books back in order. I pack my stuff up and I head out home to go home. And then when I'm done at home, when I'm about ready to head to bed, I'll usually write down some things that, again, I'll do another gratitude journal from home, and then I'll write down some things, maybe some questions that I have that I'm looking to solve while I sleep, which is actually a thing. And Silva Mind Control Method has some really cool stuff that you can utilize at night. And then at that point, I usually meditate for a little bit and then head off to sleep. And that's part of one of my evening routines. So hopefully you're getting better at your PM routine and you're taking advantage of the information that you're getting and that you're putting it into play. If you're not, and you're still kind of just going to bed whichever way you can, and you're waking up and you don't have a routine, you're wasting vital life energy and critical willpower to make decisions that you should have habits and routines for, so that you're not wasting your time and energy on that, and that you're ready and you're fresh when you need to. Have a good one.